What's the dumbest reason a company fired their best engineer? I'd been a mechanical engineer for over 30 years when this happened. I was 55, good at what I did, and maybe a little old school. I didn't play politics, didn't fake smiles, and didn't clap at every pointless team meeting. I just did my job, solved problems, and taught younger engineers how to do things right. That was enough for me. The company I worked for had been great for a long time. They respected experience and let us work in peace. I even had a small side business doing small mechanical design projects on my own time. Everything was approved and documented. No secrets, no conflicts of interest. Then, one day, we were acquired by a bigger firm. The new management came in with a culture shift. Suddenly, we were supposed to stay late without pay, cheer in meetings, and act like every email from management was a pep rally. It was ridiculous. I wasn't rude about it. I just didn't play along. I stayed focused on my work, hit every deadline, and let the results speak for themselves. But apparently, that wasn't good enough. Over time, it became obvious that management saw me as the main obstacle to their new culture. I'd trained half the department, and most of them respected me. So when I didn't fall in line, others followed my lead. That didn't sit well upstairs. They tried everything. They ordered me to work overtime. I told them they needed to clear that through the union. They made attendance at their motivational events mandatory, so I went, and clapped about as enthusiastically as a tired metronome. The whole thing just made everyone laugh, which didn't help their case. I knew something was coming, and I made sure every email, every agreement, every policy I relied on was documented and backed up. Then one day, it happened. I was brought into a conference room by 3 managers. They looked very pleased with themselves. Apparently, I had replied to an email for my side business on my work laptop. They accused me of stealing company resources and fired me on the spot. I looked each one in the eye and asked, "Are you sure you want to do this?" They said yes. "Are you really sure?" Again, yes. They had security escort me out. I handed over my badge, phone, and computer without a word. Outside, I called my union representative. Within an hour, the firing was frozen pending investigation. The company had a written IT policy clearly stating that personal use of work equipment was fine during breaks as long as it didn't violate security rules. I had been on break. My side business was approved in writing years earlier. Then I called my lawyer. We sent a cease and desist letter over 2 patents I personally owned, both of which the company used in its designs. My employment contract specifically stated that those patents remained mine. While that mess unfolded, I took some time off. Within a week, I had 2 job offers from competing firms who'd been waiting for a chance to hire me. I turned them down politely and offered consulting instead at twice my normal rate. They accepted without hesitation. A few days later, the phone started ringing. My old coworkers wanted help with the projects I used to manage. I told them, kindly, to contact management. A few clients somehow found my personal number, but I gave them the same answer. If the company wanted my expertise, they knew where to find me. 2 weeks in, one of the new managers called, demanding I return to fix their mess. I said, "I'm sorry, you must have mistaken me for someone who works for you," then hung up. A week later, HR reached out. The firing had been a mistake, and I was welcome back. I declined, saying I'd wait for the labor board's ruling, but if they needed help before then, I'd be happy to consult at 6 times my old hourly rate. They grumbled, but they had no choice. I went back in as a contractor, not an employee, and because they still used my patents, they had to pay licensing fees too. 3 months later, the labor board ruled in my favor. The company was ordered to pay damages, back pay, severance, and cover all union and legal costs. After that, I kept consulting for them until I retired, working about 20 hours a week and doing private projects on the side. I charged their competitors 1 rate, and my former employer triple that, what I call the inconvenience tax. The same managers who'd fired me ended up stuck in their own corner of the budget, constantly overcost because of my fees and the damages from the case. They didn't see bonuses for years. Every now and then, one of them would glare at me across the office. I'd just smile and ask, "What are you going to do? Fire me again?"